Everybody having a good New Year? This is a good deal. Well, hey, Coach Albert, he got with me, I guess, early in the fall and said, hey, what's a good date that you'd want to come? You know, and I think last year I came before Christmas. I know guys are worried about Christmas plans and New Year's. So I said, let's do it after New Year's. That way everybody's ready to, hey, take a knee if y'all want. I'll talk a little bit. Sometimes I get long-winded sometimes. And so I want to do it kind of right before season gets going because I know that's what you guys are focusing on. All right? Hey, today, I know we have until about 5 o'clock, about 3 hours. I want to make every one of you somewhat of a better baseball player. Every time I go somewhere, I get asked, hey, does anybody have questions? 99% of the time, it's, hey, what do you look for in recruiting? Everybody's here is trying to get recruited. Somebody might argue getting recruited, you know, or if not, that's about to happen. All right? What we look for in recruiting is a baseball player. You might say, hey, yeah, I have the uniform, I'm a baseball player. I promise you right now, I can go get a hockey uniform, put some skates on, and go get a puck and hit it on the ice. That doesn't mean I'm a hockey player. Does that make sense? So just because you put a uniform on, doesn't mean you're a baseball player. All right? So you do showcases, I'm sure, right? All that's good, okay? You run a 60 time, you run a 6.7. Hey, you send me an email, hey, I run a 6.7. That's good, but does it play? Because a lot of guys run a 6.7, a lot of guys run faster than that, slower than that. That just means you're fast. Doesn't mean you're a baseball player, all right? So if you run a 6.7 and you can run in the dirt and you know how to steal bases, then that's part of making you a better baseball player. But if you can just run a 60, run a 6.7, but you don't know how to go get balls in the outfield, you don't have good range, you don't know how to steal bases, what's your speed good for? Nothing, right? So today I want to talk about what tools do you have that we can make you a better baseball player, all right? You don't steal bags standing on first base. You steal bags sitting in the dugout while the rest of your teammates are talking to each other. You're sitting there watching the pitcher, seeing how fast is he to the plate? How fast is that catcher to second base? Does the pitcher have a good pickoff move? How long does the pitcher come set? How many looks does he do? You steal the bag before you even get to first base. Okay, once I steal second base, does the middle infielders, do they know how to hold runners? How do they hold runners? When the pitcher comes set, how many times does he check a guy? Is it just a 1 check or a 2 check and then I can steal? That's using your tool, using your speed in for it to be able to play. Does that make sense? You go to a showcase, you throw balls from the outfield. Hey, I'm 88 to 92 from the outfield. It's great. Does it play in a game? Just because you have arm strength doesn't mean you're a baseball player. Does that make sense? If you throw 90 from the outfield and you see you're in right field and a ball's hitting a lane and you kind of just stay back because you know you have a good arm and field it and show off the arm, that's not doing you any good, okay? But if you see the ball hitting the lane and you're going to get it as fast as you can and you're closing distance and you're throwing 90, now we're talking, all right? That's the stuff we're looking for, okay? You have catchers. Hey, I have a 1.65, I get this all the time. I've got a 1.65 to 1.7 pop time. Does anybody here believe that? No, right? The average pop time in MLB, if you look it up, it's a 1.85 to a 1.93, okay? I promise you I get more emails about catchers that pop times are 1.8s, 1.7s. I know that's not true, I just delete it. Does that make sense? Our catchers at San Jac right now, we have a guy that's probably right around a 1.98, another guy that's right around a 1.99, okay? One of our catchers is Mike Matheny, head coach for the Cardinals, his son. I promise you, his dad knows a lot more about catching than I do, right? Okay, and he's a 1.97. If our catchers can't throw runners out, being a 1.97, is it the catcher's fault? It's the pitcher's fault, right? We've got to find pitchers that are faster to the plate, all right? So, hitting wise, you got a guy in there throwing BP, right? Feeling good, hitting bombs, hey, mom, dad, girlfriend, look at this, right? At 5 o'clock, it looks good, right? At 7 o'clock, that swing doesn't count. At 7 o'clock, you got a guy standing up on the mound trying to get you out, your same age, trying to win a baseball game. So that swing at 5 o'clock, that's middle in, BP fastballs, and we're letting them go and hitting them over the left field fence. That's fine, and it looks good, but if it doesn't translate to a game, if you can't hit a breaking ball, if you can't hit a ball in the outer half, if you don't have plate discipline, what's the goal when we get in the batter's box? It's to get on first base, right? It's to get 90 feet. It might be a walk, it might be a hit by pitch, it might be a double, it might be a single, it might be a home run, that's great. But it's all about getting on base, all right? I don't care how you get on base, just get on base. Compete your tail off when you get in the box. Foul off 8 pitches and you strike out, so what? You fouled off 8 pitches, you competed your tail off. I'd rather that than the guy that hits a ball 400 feet, punches out 3 times, and has no approach, no plan at the plate. Make sense? Pitching wise, hey, I throw 90 to 92. That's great, but can you pitch? You throw 90 to 92, you don't pitch 90 to 92. We want guys that can locate the balls on both halves of the plate, that can spin a breaking ball when they're behind an account. Because I promise you, 90 miles an hour at our level, and I promise you the D1 level, it's nothing. Guys can hit fastballs, all right? We had a pitcher last year named McGregor Hines, transferred from University of Florida. Okay, he won 2 games for us in the World Series last year. You know what Florida, who won the World Series in Omaha, you know what their motto is as pitchers that he told me? You've got to spin it to win it. It's not how hard you throw. Don't get me wrong, velocity is important, right? The harder I throw, that's good. It's going to make my off speed better. Velo's good, don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm trying to say. But you've got to be able to pitch with it, all right? You've got to be able to pitch. So that's what we look for. So today as we go through this, you know, hey coach, I'm a shortstop. What can I do? What do you look for in a shortstop? What do you look for in a center fielder? At the plate, what are you looking for? I'm a pitcher, what are you looking for? Let me know that kind of stuff. Because we all know showcase, you know, oh, they want me to throw hard. They want me to hit. You know, they show your tools, and that's all good. But it comes down to being a baseball player. It's coming down to 7 o'clock, lights turn on, everybody's in the stands. Can you slow the game down and play? Okay? Nobody wants the 5 o'clock guy, all right? And I think that's why we have success at San Jac. And some of y'all might be familiar with us, some may not. Clemens, Pettit, Brandon Belt, to name a few, played at San Jac. We had 7 guys drafted 2 years ago, 5 guys drafted last year. We'll have a few this year. But we're going after high-profile guys that know how to play the game of baseball, not a guy that throws 97 but can't throw strikes, okay? I was talking to a scout last year, and we kind of got on the topic of guys that throw hard, you know, getting drafted and that kind of thing. He said, I have a guy that's a mid-90s guy that should be drafted because he throws mid-90s. He goes, if he can't throw a strike, I will not draft him, when other guys will. He says, if you can't throw strikes, they might be able to teach you how to throw strikes, but they'll never be able to teach you how to have pinpoint accuracy to both halves of the plate to keep the ball down in the zone, okay? They can make your control better, but to pitch at the big league level, not the minor leagues, the big league level, you gotta be able to do it all. Does that make sense? So that's what we look for, baseball player, okay? You've gotta do what you have to separate yourself from him. You've gotta separate yourself from him, okay? Because when we come to a game, sometimes there's a showcase, there's 75 guys out there. Everybody blends in, right? What are you gonna do to separate from the guy next to you? And it doesn't have to be throw hard. It doesn't have to be the fastest guy. It doesn't have to be, I can hit the ball the furthest, okay? If you're the first one out of the dugout, if you're hustling your tail off, if you're hustling on and off the field, that kind of stuff stands out. And I promise you I'm gonna watch that, okay? I'm gonna put my eyes on you. I should be able to walk up to a game, and it doesn't matter if you're up 10-0, your team's up 10-0, or down 10-0. If I walk up and not look at the scoreboard and I watch you play, you should play that way all the time. Not, I'm down 10-0, so you're just over there, we're gonna get beat. You play the same way all the time until the umpire says ball game's over. That's how you should play. It doesn't matter if it's high school ball, summer ball, it doesn't matter what it is. That makes sense? So you might say, hey, coach, that's how I play. Great. So how do I get recruited? Right here. Okay? It's not a select coach's job to get you recruited. Okay? A lot of people think, well, I play for this team and it's their job to get me recruited. It's not the case at all. Okay? It's not my job to get our guys recruited. It's the select coach's job to get y'all seen. It's my job to get our guys seen. We as coaches at San Jac want to get all of our guys seen, and it's their job to play, to impress somebody to get a scholarship, and we'll do whatever we can to make that happen. Okay? We want to make sure it's a good fit as well. Okay? So what I would say to you, what grade are most of you guys right now? Sophomores, juniors? Any seniors? A few? Okay. So y'all are getting at that age, all right? I mean, it's about to start heating up. It's about being at the right place at the right time sometimes. There's a lot of guys that go unseen, okay? But being at a place like this and having Coach Munoz having a lot of contacts and having Coach Boyle, I mean, y'all are lucky Mr. Boyle is in y'all's area. If y'all have recruiting videos, anything like that, that's the guy to do it. He knows how to market you, okay? We don't want guys, if I have to sell a guy to a program, if I have a guy who says, hey, I want to go to University of Texas, that's my dream. And I have to call Sean Allen over at UT and go, hey, I have a guy, he wants to come to you. And I have to sell that player to Sean, it's probably not a good fit, right? I shouldn't have to sell a guy. I should just say, hey, Sean, I've got this guy, he wants to come to the University of Texas, I really think he can play for you. He'll say, okay, I'm gonna come and watch him. Now it's that kid's job to show good in front of Sean. Does that make sense? If Sean might say, hey, yeah, it's a good fit. We had a guy go there last year, Donnie Diaz, okay? Sean might say, hey, it's not a good fit for me. That's fine, we'll try to find a different direction. Go to what's a good fit. Just because your buddies are putting on Twitter and Facebook, hey, I'm going to this school or that school, which is great, okay, that's fine. It's where you're gonna be 4 years from then. It's not where you're going. Like we were talking about earlier, people sign scholarships, that's awesome. But once you get there, like Coach was saying earlier, the honeymoon's over. You've got to be able to play, okay? You've got to be able to get results, because if not, you're not going to be there that long. It doesn't matter if you're at San Jac or any other junior college or D1 or pro ball, it's all the same. It's all about winning, it's all about getting results, it's all about doing the right thing, right? So I'm kind of glad it's a smaller group so we can spend some one-on-one time. If there's any questions you guys have, ask me, all right? And we'll step aside and go over, hey, I'm a first baseman. What do you look for in a first baseman? We can do some individual stuff while other guys are hitting and really kind of get to know each other. And hopefully, by come 5 o'clock, you learned something. Promise you I don't know everything, all right? I don't know anybody that does. But I think there's some stuff I might know that might be able to help you be a better baseball player. Make sense? All right, guys, let's get at it. Thanks.